Every nation on Earth shares one thing in common. No matter how powerful or how small, every country is built upon land. It's the one thing every border, every government, and every citizen depends on. But what if that land simply disappeared? This isn't the plot of a science fiction movie. Right now, in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, entire island nations are slowly losing the ground beneath their feet. And scientists believe this may only be the beginning. Meet Tuvalu, a tiny country surrounded by thousands of kilometers of open ocean. From space, it's almost impossible to find. Yet for more than 11,000 people, this fragile chain of islands is the only home they have ever known. The highest point in much of Tuvalu sits only a few meters above sea level. That means even a small rise in the ocean can flood homes, destroy crops, contaminate drinking water, and permanently reshape the island itself. According to scientific projections, rising seas could make large parts of Tuvalu increasingly difficult to live in over the coming decades. But Tuvalu isn't alone. Across the Pacific and Indian Oceans, other island nations are facing the very same threat. And that's where this story becomes even more unbelievable. Hundreds of kilometers away lies Kiribati, another island nation fighting the exact same battle. Here, rising tides are no longer a prediction. They're a reality. Entire coastlines are disappearing, forcing families to leave behind places their ancestors called home for centuries. And then there are the Solomon Islands. Between 1947 and 2014, at least 5 small islands were completely lost to the ocean. They didn't move. They didn't break apart. They simply vanished beneath the rising sea. For the people living here, this isn't just about losing property. It's about losing history, identity, culture, and memories. Because when an island disappears, everything built upon it disappears too. Scientists explain this crisis through a combination of melting glaciers, collapsing ice sheets, and the expansion of warmer oceans. The process is slow enough to ignore for years, yet powerful enough to reshape entire nations over time. But here's where this story becomes truly extraordinary. If an entire country disappears beneath the ocean, what happens to its government, its passport, its borders? Can a nation legally exist without any land at all? Surprisingly, international law doesn't have a simple answer. Under international law, a country is traditionally defined by 4 things: a permanent population, a functioning government, the ability to maintain international relations, and a defined territory. But what happens when that final requirement slowly disappears? Some legal experts argue that a nation should continue to exist even if its land is lost, protecting its people, its identity, and its rights. Others believe the rules were never designed for a world where countries literally sink beneath the sea. To prepare for that future, Tuvalu has already begun preserving its government, history, and culture in digital form. It's an unprecedented idea, a nation creating a digital version of itself before its physical homeland is permanently changed. Around the world, engineers are also exploring floating cities, artificial islands, and coastal defenses. These projects offer hope, but they also raise difficult questions about cost, technology, and whether they can truly replace a homeland. Rising seas don't recognize borders. While island nations face the greatest risk today, coastal cities across the world are also preparing for a future shaped by higher oceans and more frequent flooding. The challenge facing these nations isn't only environmental, it's political, economic, and deeply human. Every decision made today will determine whether future generations inherit a country or only the memory of one. The fate of these islands reminds us that maps are not permanent. They evolve over time, shaped by nature, history, and human choices. For the first time in modern history, entire nations may be forced to redefine what it truly means to exist. Whether through international cooperation, technological innovation, or stronger climate adaptation, the decisions made over the next few decades will have consequences that extend far beyond these small islands. The question is no longer whether the oceans are changing. The real question is how the world will respond when a country begins losing the very land beneath its people. A disappearing nation isn't just a warning for the Pacific, it's a reminder that even the borders we consider permanent can change. If you enjoyed this documentary, subscribe to Geoparadox for more stories that reveal the hidden forces shaping our world. Until next time, stay curious.